Right, welcome to episode 3 of the Green Room podcast, and today I'm joined by probably our loveliest guest, Don Shee from Bangor up in the north.
Banger.
Why don't you introduce yourself to the masses?
What
Sarah?
is happening? I am the Don Shee. Know what I mean? I'm a rapper from Bangor. Know what I mean? It's been a while, man.
Yeah, I'd say I haven't probably spoken to you at least over the phone for probably about a year, and then I haven't seen you, I think, since... I'm trying to think.
Like,
Either... Was it Dirty... I can't remember, was Dirty Dyke first, or the time that you were performing at the charity gig in the old Fifth Element building? I can't remember which was last.
I think it was like the last gig of Fifth Element, because that was like my first debut gig.
Yeah, it could have been the same month, I think, because I know it was both around December that I went up. I think I went up pretty...
Was it December? So that was 2019, it wasn't even 2020.
I think that was early... That was early 2020, I think, actually.
Oh, really?
Very early 2020, yeah.
Oh, God. My God.
So yeah, a good fucking while ago. Time has absolutely flown. Like I was just turned 23 when COVID kind of came in.
Oh, serious?
Roughly, like around like, and I'm 25 now, like, and getting on in years, like, for
my God.
It's really
Man, I know that's mad. Like, time just goes by so fucking fast. Like, you just don't realize it.
Yeah, I saw a thing there recently about that. Actually, is like, I know, like, when you're in school and stuff like that, geez, time moved so fucking slow. It was unbelievable. Like, I'd say the first 16, 17 years of my life just dragged on.
Yeah,
and on and
do you know
on.
why though? It's because like we had fucking like timetables and like planners and shit. Do you know what I mean? Like we had shit to do every fucking day.
You're more in tune as well. What's going on? You're still kind of tripping off just general life, but once you've kind of done everything, it's not as exciting anymore, I guess. So you're just kind of moseying on through everything.
It's hard to keep like motivated. Like it was so hard to keep motivated like that whole lockdown. Like because obviously, like my first debut gig was like my last. Like like that was like my last. I haven't even like gotten to do a gig.
The second one, like
I have not done a gig on fucking Irish soil since like my first debut. Do you know what I mean? Like that is insane.
Yeah, like the last gig that I went to Kneecap there last month, which was early this month was the first gig I'd been to in a fucking long time.
The one in Belfast or like the one?
No, Leisureland.
Oh, right.
Leisureland in Galway.
Right.
That was sick. But before that, the last gig I had done or been at or done was the fucking very last one I did in February 2020. I think it was just a month before COVID hit.
Yeah.
The one where I can't remember. No, you didn't perform at that one. I don't think you did.
No.
The one in Limerick. Yeah, no, that was the first gig where we turned a profit. I was fucking delighted. I was like, I don't know, actually I might keep up with this, because I kind of had mixed thoughts about doing gigs from then on, because it just proved to be a financial
bollock
downfall. And as well, I just think like a lot of people were kind of hoping everyone wanted to be the headliner, and it kind of annoyed me because it was coming down on me basically because there was 20 people there and they were all wondering why they weren't going to be the headliner and shit like that, and I felt like they weren't really appreciating that I was putting in work to get 30-40 people to perform in one place.
But man,
and pretty much it was
like people should really just like appreciate getting to fucking perform in the first place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I 100% believe people should be paid, but in this particular case it was kind of like, the story here is like there's like 30-40 people, they're hardly all getting paid 500 quid a piece. Like it's a nice opportunity
fucking
to take it
hell.
sort of thing.
You'd be lucky if you were getting paid 500 a piece. Like I'm just back from Edinburgh and I literally did like I did two tracks for 200 quid. Well, to be fair, they did like put me up for the weekend, you know what I mean, and like paid for my flights and all.
That's sweet.
Like yeah, that was insane. Like I couldn't believe that. Like I couldn't wait to tell you about this, because like that was obviously like a big thing for me. Like you obviously know.
Oh yeah.
Like you know, like I find it very hard to like go into like new places and, you know, like perform. Like these were bougie people. Do you know what I mean? It was a fucking poetry festival, for fuck's sake. Like what the fuck?
That's sick though. Like I mean, like you're still at that level where you appreciate that so much, where it's like you got paid money to go to a different fucking country, not even just across the country.
I wasn't even like
to perform at a gig.
Yeah, like I wasn't even like gassed about that. Like I was honestly so fucking nervous. Like I was so nervous, like to the point where, like the day before the gig, I was genuinely like throwing up in the hotel bathroom because I was so fucking anxious. I was like, nah, like fuck this. Like I flew all the way over here, all the way over here just to fucking cancel. But obviously I ended up doing it because I was like so glad. Like I've never performed on a stage like that before. Like there was mad lights and all. Like there was like lights like merging in with my tracks and shit. And like I was just so happy, and I was able to like learn certain things. Like obviously, like performing on a stage like that, you were able to do like sound check and all. Like that was my first ever like proper sound check. So like while I was performing, I was able to like pick out, you know, certain things that I could have changed while I was performing. So like obviously it's just like a learning curve for the next performance, but like I was glad I was able to do it. Do you know what I mean? Because
bit more of a professional experience, I guess.
Yeah, it was weird, man. Like I felt so weird. It was like a green room and all, like proper green room of like loads of like drink and food and shit.
I love that.
Oh, it was so gassed. Like I absolutely loved it. And then I got connected with like, there's another girl, like she's a rapper, but she's English, but she's from Glasgow. I don't know. But her name's Nova Scotia, so I obviously got to meet like
I've heard of her before, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a bit like overwhelming, but at the same time it was great to make like connections with those females, because it's like, who the fuck really connects with me like over here realistically? Like not even just females, like who actually cares? Do you know what I mean?
It is a fair sausage fest, in fairness. Like I will say that, like there could be a lot more women performing. To be fair, in this country,
I have seen a couple, but like they're really more into that like, I really don't want to sound like a bitch saying this, but I can't explain it any other way. But like, you know, those type of girls that like they are the image and like that's what gets the views type thing.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
So it's more like that, and like I've seen a couple of girls from like, I think there's a girl from like, they're all from down south. I'm talking about Irish girls, like.
Yeah, and I know most of them, like.
Well, there's a couple of them. Like there was one girl that like, I don't know, it was like a freestyle, but like she wasn't. You could have easily like confused it with a girl freestyling in Compton. Do you know what I mean? Because she wasn't like rapping in her own accent, and like I know that's like a big fucking like no in this scene.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, no, that was pretty funny.
mate, no, like, do you know what I mean?
Not anymore. Like you can't get away with that shit anymore. Like even in 2006-7, it was cringy to do
like,
that.
Like even now, like it's still a bit like risque, like to use like auto-tune and like to use a different accent, but fucking hell, like it's just so cringe, mate. Like I can't listen to it. Like I automatically dislike you. Do you know what I mean? Like if you can't,
it's not for me
if
either.
you cannot spit in your own accent the way that you speak, then what the fuck am I listening to you for? Do you know what I mean? It's not even just females. There's a couple of guys there too.
Oh, I know.
But like, sure, we'll not say no names. But like,
no, we'll leave the beef.
No, this is the thing though. I don't have any beef. Like I think like a lot of us like in the scene just have like a lot of strong opinions, and not many people have the fucking balls to come out with it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
criticizing someone doesn't necessarily mean you've got a problem with them or shitting on them.
Yeah.
Like, people have criticised me, and I've taken it on board. There's usually a fine line between, you know, just being straight up and then being a dickhead.
Yo, I get mad hate. Like I get fucking mad hate under my like YouTube videos and shit. It's weird.
Really?
Yeah, it's so.
From people up north or just complete strangers, like?
I don't even fucking know. Like I don't know if it's personal or if it's like people that are just randoms, but I swear, like people made like there was one guy that made, well, I'm assuming it's a guy or I don't know, but like they made a YouTube channel called Kneecap Don Chi. Like, mate,
What?
like, who actually has the time to sit and make a fucking full-on YouTube channel to name it that?
You'd
To-
be very, very surprised. Like,
To fucking troll me? Mate, what have I done? Who have I pissed off? Like, it's weird.
yeah, like that. You will come across it. Like, I noticed it one time. I've never got really any hate comments. I don't think that, like, besides like TikTok. When I upload stuff for the Bad Arts account, I get the odd random comment off of some like 12-year-old kid, and they're like, "This is gay" or some shit. I'm
Oh
like,
my god.
whatever.
No,
like,
but it's not even like that. Like, I get pure sectarian hate. Like,
why are you getting
I
sectarian
don't
hate,
fucking know, mate. Mate, I don't know. I really don't
You're
know.
from the Filipino IRA, like.
Apparently so. Fuck's sake. What is that about? Like, that's the sort of shit that blows my mind, because it's like, man, I'm literally like just sitting here making music. I don't even like performing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't. Like, obviously you know that, but not many fucking people know that I actually detest it. Like, I love it obviously once I'm on stage. Like, it's just like a love-hate relationship, but it fucking makes me sick. I mean,
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I still get a small bit of stage fright. Like, I'd say my first time actually performing live, like, I was like feeling fine till I stood on stage, and you wouldn't have seen, like, I was standing behind the decks, and this was like fucking. I've done way smaller crowds when I was experienced.
Yeah.
This was like probably one of the biggest crowds I've done, but it was my first time getting up, and I was DJing for literally right in front of these people. It was a fucking a DJ competition, pretty much.
oh
like.
my god.
And both my legs were shaking like shit, and I'm like, I don't even feel nervous. My legs are literally pissing
God.
themselves here, like. But I got fairly over that pretty quickly. Like, I think when DJing, it's much easier to hang in the background and you can just vibe and do that. It's definitely a different story when you're right there and you're
Yeah.
rapping. You have to get it. You can literally sit there and just press a button, and as a DJ,
It's
you can be
easier
drunk
to
and just leave it
fix.
at
Yeah,
that.
it's easier to fix when you're like
But-
doing a set, like a mix set. Do you know what I mean? But like, see, whenever you're on stage, actually like spitting, like I've spat.
Yeah.
Like, I was so nervous one time that I spat my bars backwards. Do you know what I mean? Like, who the fuck does that? Like, what the fuck? Like, I still can't let myself live that down. Do you know what I mean? Like, because those are the certain mistakes that you sort of like need to go through to be like, right, I need to actually take this shit serious and like learn how to breathe and shit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You probably noticed it more than everyone else did as well. That's the thing. Like, you know, it had a bigger effect on you. Like, it kind of, sometimes people kind of get the wrong idea that like everyone's gonna talk shit about that one mistake, but it's like, nah, it's probably yourself that's kind of gonna hit yourself in the fucking
oh, definitely.
stomach a few more times. But that's good. You know what I mean? You need that voice, because there's some people that might go up on stage and make a fool of themselves and think, Jesus, I was fucking absolutely unbelievable up there. Everyone loves me, and it's like, the whole crowd's
See,
laughing at
that's
you,
the
man.
thing
Like,
though. Like, every time I come off stage, like, I don't even get that, like, I get the sense of achievement, right? But I don't get that, like, thought of like, oh fuck, that I was actually like really good there. Like, I'm actually improving. Like, I block that. Like, I seem to like mask it. I can't see it at the time, but see, like, after a week, you know, once I've processed the gig and shit, that's whenever it'll hit me.
yeah.
It's so strange. Like, I just work so strange.
People will reassure you as well, like, you know. I mean, obviously, yeah, people are naturally going to say, because I've been up there literally playing songs off decks, and I've had like 20 people come up to me after a gig and say, oh my god, you were unreal up there. And I was like, yeah, you know, I didn't really do all that much, but like, if I've actually been performing as a rapper or doing something more than just fucking playing tunes, like, yeah, I'll take it on board more so then, like.
Yeah.
But you will naturally get, like, it's going to take a lot for someone. Unless someone doesn't like you, they're probably not going to tell you that, like, oh, you made a fool of yourself there. It's only going to be your true friends that might pull you aside and be like, look, you could have done better.
Exactly.
Up there, or
I think
I noticed this, noticed that.
I
like.
think that's why I can't like take criticism from like randomers. Do you know what I mean? Because like,
Yeah.
I don't really know who's real and who's not. Like, you could just be a randomer, like, you know, just trying to lick up my hole.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't really differentiate who's real and who's not. So that's why I sort of just like take it by a pinch of salt and just be like, yeah, no, I appreciate it. Like, I do take it in, most of it. Do you know what I mean? But like, most of the time it just goes in one ear and out the other, because I just beat myself up too much. It's nothing fucking personal to the people who listen to me and shit. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate it. Like, I didn't even expect people to be listening to the stuff that I write about. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because it's quite hard shit.
Oh, definitely.
Like it's not like I don't mean like it's hard bars. Like I mean it's just like it's a hard fucking graft in life. Like, do you know what I mean? It's,
yeah, some of the stuff you've spoken about was like fucking deep dark shit. Like, you know, on your EP. Like, and I will say like, that your EP that came out last year, didn't it? Early last year.
Yeah, it came out like
that
August
was one of my
year.
favorite projects of the year. Like, genuinely, because it was fresh. Like, I don't really listen to any female rappers. Like, to be honest, you were the first one that I was like, no, I genuinely really like this stuff.
Oh, I appreciate
I don't
that.
like I don't like to use the term where it's like, oh, you're one of the best female rappers, because I think at this day and age it should just be rappers in general, no matter who they are. So like, I'll still say like you're one of my favorite up the north.
Oh, thanks.
And that project was genuinely very good. So I'd be, especially for your first project, I can tell you from my point of view, my first projects as a rapper or a producer were shite. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've deleted them since.
But like,
so.
I think I obviously got lucky. Do you know what I mean? Like, I got the help from like obviously Roscoe Sauce. Like he's been like the day one from the very beginning. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's taught me so fucking much. But then obviously, like joining the GAT Collective and stuff, like I got like an extra bit of hand with recording and like, you know, mixing and mastering, and then, you know, music videos and stuff, like to the time frame that I wanted.
Yeah.
So like, I did, like I am very grateful and I'm very lucky to have like everybody else's help. Like obviously, like I've got like all yous guys to just like, I can message yous guys anytime I want if I'm fucking stuck for anything. Do you know what I mean? Like I get beats from you, I get beats from Jack Bashville, it's just a nice, like, it's a nice little community.
Yeah.
Like, to a certain extent, do you know what I mean? Like, I fucking love it, but I actually hate being in it. Like,
yeah, it's a little bit of a love-or-hate relationship.
Mate,
I guess
there's just so much weird shit happening that are just like blocking out the like real creatives. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Like, there's gatekeeping definitely there up at the top of the top of the scene, I guess. Like
it's not it's gatekeeping to like a social standard. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's people out there that only get the views because they've got fucking the follows, and or like they've got the face, or it's just like, man, you're making fucking covers and you're taking other people's beats, and man, like, it's just so hard to listen to. And to be sitting here and be like, what is actually, like me and Jay Sutton have literally been speaking about this, like, what is the fucking point in like creating something good? But at the same time, it's like, I've only been doing this for me from the very beginning, so you get so looped into that social like facade. Like, you don't even realise, you know what I mean? Like, you're constantly posting on Instagram because that's the only way you can fucking plug music these days, because
basically, the average person won't check it at all.
Because Facebook's a fucking shambles. Like, what the fuck? Algorithms just shite. Like, what the fuck is going on? Do you know what I mean? Like,
my Green Beats page has a couple of thousand followers, like, and 4 or 5 years ago, like, I post a beat, and literally within half an hour or two, I'd probably have the beat sold. Like, now I'm checking the algorithm, it's like, this post got like 30 views. It's like,
mate, don't even get me fucking started on views. Like, I'm so pissed off. I am so pissed. Like, I am fucking angry, mate. I am angry at what the fuck's happening. Like, views wise, like, I posted a thing, right? This is an example. I posted a thing as like an appreciation post of like all the projects that I did throughout the year that weren't like music videos, and they weren't like my own tracks. Like, these were like fucking books and like interviews and like do you know what I mean? Shit like that, like magazines and shit. And I swear to God, that only got like under like 30 likes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like, something that's actually worth my fucking time and I'm actually proud of. Do you know what I mean? But if they saw me post a fucking story on my Instagram of me with my fucking tits out or something, Do you know what I
read
mean?
my mind.
The fucking views.
I was just about to say it, like,
the views go up to like 600. It is actually disgusting. Like, I can't believe it.
Same with me, like, I post music, say, like, my DJ Green page would be a personal page as well, like, so I post music on that, and if I was to post something stupid,
Yeah.
or a picture of the fucking sky or something like that, it's getting way more response,
Yeah.
like, it's like...
Exactly. So this is the thing. Like, I had this weird, like, algorithm hack thing where I post memes and then I will, like, merge music in between the fucking memes and shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that, like, isn't that sad? Isn't that a fucking sad
I agree
world
100%,
that we
like-
live in? That's what I have to fucking do with my time so that people can actually reach my music. Not that I want people to reach my music to be like, here's my music, fucking buy it now or something, or listen to it now, get my fucking streams up. I don't mean it like that. I mean,
I know, yeah.
I want to get it out there to the people who genuinely have been listening from the get-go, like.
Yeah.
So...
And potential new listeners as well.
Oh
like.
my god, yes, I know, and it's just so fucking hard. It's just so hard.
I've noticed it's harder to build kind of followings and pages and stuff now in the last while, just to get stuff out there to people. Like, it's especially the main reason for right now is with COVID, is because COVID stuff is being pushed constantly. It's at the forefront of everything.
Oh my god,
now, so
I don't even know.
if you're posting a song, it's like,
Yeah,
no one cares. Like, that's why you should literally make songs about vaccines and COVID and shit, because then bang, people are going to listen to it, and then Facebook and Instagram will mistake it for some information or something like that.
No, mate, I would actually rather commit than ever have to do that. Like, what the fuck? No, like, that is just fucking social suicide. Why are they doing this? Like, I can't. It's so hard to try. It's so hard to get gigs as it is. Never mind fucking plugging your music on Instagram with fucking other ego-driven fucking rappers. Do you know what I mean? Like,
In the end, what would you rather be doing though? Do you know what I mean?
mate,
That's the way I would take
honestly,
it.
I would love to just fucking Kanye. I would love to do a Kanye and just fuck off for like 3 years and then come back with like 5 fucking platinum albums. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to just go back home to the Philippines for like, I don't know, like 6 months or something, just to give me some sort of like creative boost, because I am so bored. I'm bored.
Yeah.
I'm bored of like fake drillers. I'm bored of fake gangsters. I'm bored.
I agree. I'm like, especially myself, I haven't been away in like 3 years, and I'm mad to just kind of like get a change of scenery for a while where I can just get some new inspiration, because especially with COVID too, you're locked down as well, so that's like 3 years of basically kind of just being, you know, get as much as I possibly can in terms of inspiration and stuff like that with what I'm seeing around me and all this stuff, but in the end I'm in the same environment constantly.
Yeah.
It's like I'd be mad to just get away and fuck off somewhere for a while, but that costs money too, sadly, and I don't make enough money off music, at least not right now, you know.
I know, like, I'm definitely not making enough on music just yet. Anyway, like, if I can make rent, like, if I can pay rent with music,
It's a blessing, like.
mate, like, I like, don't talk to me. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, me and Soaks were talking about this in the last, or our first episode, where I was like, yeah, like, obviously we'd all in some level aspire to be like reach true greatness, where it's like I'd fucking love to be in a Ferrari in Miami filled with fucking beach babes, but like that's obviously like on some level a little bit diluted, like unless you reach a certain mark. Like obviously it's nice and all,
Yeah.
but people don't. I think people often misjudge a lot of people, like Irish rappers and stuff, with the kind of delusion that we all think we're rock stars and we're gonna be millionaires. It's like, no, man, if I can. Like, I've made a decent living here and there, but
Yeah.
like it's never been solid enough to live off completely. I've had to do other things to make money and stuff. But like, it's like if I got to pay the rent and fill the fridge tomorrow and buy myself a few beers, I'd be fucking delighted.
Mate.
And if I could have that every month for music, like
exactly.
everything else is a bonus. Like
Exactly, and this is what I mean. Like, not many people have that like humble mentality.
No.
Like, you don't, like, if you have to force yourself to be humble, mate, like, that is just, that's weird. Like, that's weird. Know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
no. Like, I would love to just be able to just live off music and just be like, right, do you know what? I don't even want to be here. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be here. Like, I want to be back home. Like, I want to make music back home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because do you know what? Like, I can't explain it. Like, they appreciate that. Like, hip hop back home is actually big. Like, in the Philippines.
Can't say I've ever heard Filipino hip hop. Like, do they listen to like primarily American stuff, or do they have their own scene?
Like, we are quite like influenced by like American hip hop. Like, obviously because like we've got like American bases in there and stuff because of the war, and like it's very like Latin hip hop, like Latino hip hop, because
Chicano.
Yeah, it's very Chicano because like obviously the Spanish like took over our country like twice, so it's like the fucking it's literally like they're like the Brits. They're literally like the Brits to us, so like fuck them. Like obviously we're cool because like
I know
Filipinos are like
I don't hate English people, I just hate the Queen.
Yeah, no, like
Union Jack, all that shit, like.
Exactly, but like it is weird, like it's so big. Like there's some shit Filipino artists, like I'm not gonna lie, like hip hop wise, but where doesn't have shit artists? But like even at that, the shit artists get so much love, like so much love. Like the amount of people that go to the gigs, it is unreal. Like I think they just like live for the entertainment. Do you know what I mean? Like they just love that. So I think like my goal is to sort of like connect more with like Filipino rappers and sort of like.
That'd be savage, like.
Do you know what I mean? Like get there.
Interlinking Ireland and the Philippines is not a connection easily made when you think about it. Like
no, like that's
someone who's from both places.
That's kind of like it is a random thing to do, but like I'd love to get like local artists from like my town. Do you know what I mean? Like I've been in touch with a couple because like they obviously like. The town hall, like the mayor like shared my music video on the fucking town hall page and shit, Facebook page. So like a whole load of people were like messaging my mum and like looking to manage me and stuff. Like it is mad. They absolutely love clout. Like it's kind of cringe, but like a couple of rappers like got in contact with me and was like, you know, like we would love to collab and stuff. So like I'd love to do that, you know, like is
definitely.
But like how do you even think like they like people over here would take that? Like obviously because I'd be like rapping in a different language and stuff, but like
then that's the thing, it doesn't have to be for this market. Like you could literally have your English speaking Irish accent stuff here and then the Filipino stuff over there, and you know they may interlink, but I'd say it'd be more so you'd be better off doing one like you've got two separate scenes to basically benefit from there, and if all comes to basically the best possible result, they both combine. Like, I mean I won't lie and say like that, you know, I mean Irish people still have a fucking issue listening to Irish rap. Do you know what I mean? So I think that might be a bit too abstract for them. Like I really can't say. Like a typical hip hop listener doesn't give a fuck where the rapper's from. Like I listen to rap from all around. Even sometimes when it's in other languages, just because it sounds good. Like I don't know what the fuck they're saying. No, but the beat's good. It sounds like they can rap. Like,
it's a bit weird for me because like Filipinos will look at me and think like, oh my god, she's not even Filipino. She's actually white. Do you know what I mean? And like a lot of people actually think I'm genuinely white, but I'm fucking not. Let's just make that clear on this fucking podcast. I am not white. Like
I wouldn't say you're white.
Yeah, exactly. I'm yellow, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like
I would have said more tan, like
tea stain. But no, like I swear to God, like a few people have like sort of give me that vibe. Do you know what I mean? Like I've got a couple of Filipinos that follow me, and I don't really know if they fuck with me yet. Do you know what I mean?
There's a bit of that kind of fucking light skin racism.
Yeah, yes. Oh my
Same
god.
Thing happens to the black community at times, from what I've heard. Like, you know, there's a little bit of that. Like,
it's weird.
Shade your skin, people will respect you less. Like, it's stupid.
But it's weird because like there's like a big thing back home where it's like you literally get soaps in the shop that whiten your skin. Do you know what I mean? And it's like,
yeah, that shit's fucked up.
It's weird, man. It's so like westernized, but at the same time,
they bleach their skin in some countries. Like, it's like Jesus Christ, like, you know.
My mum.
What possessed them to do that?
My mum bleaches their fucking skin with soap. I swear to God, it's weird. It is
putting her on blast.
I swear, I will put her on blast. I don't care. I'll
that's fair enough. If my mother was doing the same thing, I would too. Like,
I'll even send her this podcast and be like, "Jolene, you know what you're at." I mean, Fucking stop it. But nah, man.
So, are you working? You're obviously working on stuff right now. Like, could you give us a small bit of information about what's going on in the world of Don Chi musically at the moment?
Well, fuck. Do you know what? Like, I'm not even gonna be like, here, I've been doing fucking so much, because I haven't. I genuinely haven't. Like, I've had so many, like, creative blocks, it's fucking ridiculous. But I've got, obviously, Dent was just, like, recently released. Yeah. But, like, I'm still, like, in the process of, like, planning for a music video, because I still don't really know what way to do it. I've got sort of an idea, but that's in the works. And then I've got a track recorded with one of the Filipino rappers that I was talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting on him to send me footage from back home for the music video, because I don't want to release it. I don't want to release it until there's a music video for it. But I think that's gonna be like that is gonna be like an exciting one, because like I'm rapping in full Filipino. It's merged with English as well, like, so obviously people aren't like fucking confused, and like I'm gonna have lyrics up, so like people over here aren't like, oh my god, what the fuck's happening in this video? Do you know what I mean? Why is she speaking in tongues and shit? But
you can't trust the YouTube subtitles either, like.
I know, like, I'll just have to like get it, like put it in manually or something. I don't fucking know, but that's exciting. Like, I'm quite excited to see what that turns out like, because I don't know how two locations are gonna merge into like one video. Like, obviously it's gonna be like different filters and shit, do you know what I mean? Because it's like it's fucking well, like it's fucking freezing here, and then it's gonna be like roasting over there, so do you know what I mean?
If you get a good editor, he'll be able to pull it off, do you know?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's it really. I've got like a couple of tracks that I'm like singles that I'm working on, but like, I mean, they haven't been written, like they haven't been finished, do you know what I mean? Like, this is what I mean, like I sort of start writing something and then I stop halfway and then I start something else. My fucking ADHD, man, like I swear to God, I can't work.
Usually if it's good, you'll go back to it, you know, or if it was worth finishing.
Yeah,
that's the way I find
the problem is, like, I'm so fucking weird with beats. Like, I'm so picky. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll like a beat for a week and then I'll find another beat and be like, oh my God, that sounds better on that, and then it'll be like a cycle. So
do you hate the one I sent you yet?
No, I haven't. This is the thing, I haven't like overplayed it, so like I'm gonna like, I've got like the weekend, I've got tomorrow and like Saturday to myself, so I'm just gonna spend that time to sort of like, right, get the fuck anything down on like beat, like, because I'm really struggling. Like I don't really know what the fuck's wrong with me. I think, do you know what? Like, I think it's because I've been stuck in the fucking house, and there hasn't been any gigs. I haven't been seeing anybody. I haven't even seen Ross in fucking months.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I see everyone quite regularly down here. Like, I mean, I go up to Limerick the whole time. You know, I've seen, you know, most of my immediate circle in terms of the music scene, just friends the whole time. Like, and I live in the sticks too, far out from everyone as well, so it can be cuntish. But I guess I just make the effort to kind of get the fuck out of the house.
See, I'm just such a hermit. Like, I'm such a homebody. I'd rather not deal with people. But at the same time though, like, I still can't get away, because I have people fucking constantly messaging me, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, here's my new music, or here, when are you releasing stuff? And it's like, I will release stuff when I'm fucking ready to release stuff, guys. Know what I mean? Fucking
Jesus, I don't get many messages like that, you know what I mean? Like,
no, like, I just no, it's not. It's like, it's certain people that message me the same shit, and it's just like, guys, I would have fucking answered the first time. Do you know what I mean? If I knew the answer, but I don't. So I have this thing now where I'm constantly on do not disturb mode. Literally, I can't cope.
Yeah, I can't afford to do that with business dealings and stuff like that for beats and shit like that. I can't afford to miss out. So, but like, I don't really get too many.
It's not even
I'd say
that.
annoying messages.
Like people,
just the odd person looking for free beats. Really,
yeah,
like.
it's not even that. Like people message me about like, I've had like a couple of people message me about like an interview, and it's like, the subject of the interview, it just does not sit well with me. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just like.
What would the subject be?
It's ethnic faces of Irish hip hop or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know. It was something like that, along those lines anyway.
And it wasn't for you?
It was just like, mate, they approached me because I was ethnic. They didn't approach me because of my music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
100%, yeah.
That's what, like, I don't want to like jump on the fucking race card and shit, because that's not what I'm about. But it's obvious when I'm getting people who
they're not there to talk about your music. Like, they're gonna bring up stuff that you
like.
Don't
I
want to talk
speak
about,
to genuine people. Do you know what I mean? Like we've been fucking friends for like a year and a half now. Maybe.
Oh, it's no longer than that, but 3 years.
3 years. We've been friends for 3 years. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mate, holy fuck! Congratulations.
Well, I have the poster on the wall here somewhere with the gig I met you at. I think it's fucking hid behind something now, but.
Mate.
It's 2018, I think. Could be 2019, but I'm pretty sure it's 2018.
Oh my god, that is insane.
Yeah, and fucking Guidor. That like the gig was great crack, but that place, that's probably the first place I went to in Ireland. Whereas I
oh
moved
my
there,
god,
it was beautiful, like
Guidor. Oh my fucking god, yes I remember that. Yeah, I remember.
You were singing the hooks for Roscoe.
Oh my god, yes, that was like me like doing like a face reveal almost. It was like here.
Yeah, I'd never heard it. I knew everyone there for the most part that was rapping. Like, you were the only one I had never come across or met before, so I was like, who's this one? Like,
I know. I'm pretty sure people were like, who the fuck is that? I'm pretty sure people still look at me and think that, but guys, I'm just here to just do me. Like, leave me the fuck alone.
Who's this woman up on stage? No.
Who the fuck is that? Who is that wee girl? I mean.
No, I wasn't like that. No, I was like, oh, who's that? Like, I don't know her. Like,
no, like I was actually having this conversation with Shane Dean over the weekend, because like we were over for his birthday, and he said to me, he was like, see, when I first saw you, I was like, I seen the freestyle of you and Roscoe Sauce in your living room, and I was sitting there watching it thinking like, who the fuck are these two fucking idiots? do you know what I mean? I was just like, but mate, we were literally just doing that. Like, we were both steaming. We'd just come back from like, you know, Moondoggy's Mark. He was doing.
Yeah, you were both very dressed up, I remember.
Yeah, like people thought that we dressed up for that video, which was fucking kind of sad, because that's like, mate.
They would though. They'd forcibly think that. That's just how people are. Like.
I know, but like obviously people who weren't like following me that day and that night didn't know that I was posting on my stories that we were at a fucking at a boxing match at a fucking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was formal. But like we were both just drunk, and I just said to him, I was like, should we do it? Should we do it? I don't know if we went live.
Pulled it off.
Was it live? I can't remember if it was live.
I don't know if I saw it live. I may have. I think I just saw it just as it was posted.
Yeah.
On the computer.
I don't know. I can't remember. But like, I was just like, fuck it, just post it. And it was so shit.
Why not?
I still. Do you know what? Every time I watch that video, I'm like, oh my god, I have like a slight American accent. That's kind of gross. Like,
really? I don't think I noticed.
Like, now that I've pointed it out, like, you'll probably notice it. But I think it was just because I was slurring and I was steaming. So, but sure.
You didn't seem that way, anyways. Because like, for me now, if I was to get up, if I was getting up to rap, in most situations, I probably wouldn't even have one drink or one smoke, because I'm not. Savvy enough, I guess, to get up on stage and just do it perfectly while being under the influence in any shape or form. And it's hard because before a gig, you know, when you're DJing, you can slug back 6 pints, smoke 6 joints, and go bananas, and you fucking get up there and you're grand, like, you do whatever. Even if you mess up, no one notices, like. But yeah, like the fact that you posted that freestyle and pulled it off while, as you said, steaming, like that's fucking.
I was wrecked.
Not easily done. Like plenty of people that can't do that, even if with fucking years of skill behind them. Like
I was
know
wrecked.
plenty of guys that don't do anything when they get on stage. They're dead sober. Like
I'm pretty sure there was like chicken wings like cooking at the same time. Like I was just like, let's do this quick video because like I'm fucking starving. But no, it was good. Like I'm sort of glad. Like obviously, Instagram's good in a way for like exposure wise, but at the same time,
it's the best nowadays.
Yeah, like at the same time, once you get into that cycle of like, here I need to get this like the same exposure, it's sort of like, oh god, this is so underwhelming.
Yeah, like it's there, as I said, it's just, it boils down to, for me, like just kind of the overall like censorship. But it's not even that you're posting anything bad, it's just like the overall obsessive censorship that all these sites are taking now, as well as with the COVID stuff being pushed the whole time. It's just getting something that's music is just being pushed to the back unless you already have a couple of million followers. So it's like, I guess it just pushes you harder in other directions to gain exposure, which is gigs, maybe release more frequently, merch, or just fucking put your fucking face out there. Like
I don't even have merch. Do you know what I mean? So what the fuck do I need to do? Like, do I have to start like going old school and like making CDs and shit? Like, who the fuck?
Yeah, I'd buy your CD, like,
mate.
Like, I've made fucking 100 copies of several projects and sold them all, like, for a tenner.
I don't.
Like, people will buy it, and I'm the only one I know who has a fucking CD player. They just buy it to be sound and because it's better to have a more of a physical
That's the
project.
thing I was gonna say. Like, who the fuck owns a CD player these days? Unless
you're looking at one, like.
Mate, well, apart from like producers and DJs and shit, but like.
No one. Old
well,
people,
I suppose you can play it off like your Xbox or your PlayStation. Do you know what I mean?
Well, who's gonna do that? Play it off the TV speakers on your Xbox.
Sure, you were. Did you not? Were you not able to do that before? Like
oh yeah.
Used to be able to like merge your like CDs onto the Xbox and shit. I'm pretty sure I did that before.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
I don't know. Maybe I'm.
It's probably something they've removed at this point, though. They strip back so much of the handy technology like that.
Maybe I'm talking shit. I don't know. Maybe I created that somewhere in a different dimension.
That was a dream.
Yeah, that was a different dimension. Definitely.
No, I love the physical fucking aspect of things. Like my collection looks like it's probably a decade or two old, but no, I just fucking started collecting probably when I was about 18
like
or so.
Sentimental. It's like sentimentality.
So
yeah, definitely. Like
yeah.
I like that. Like I like to hoard things. Definitely. Like see like flyers from gigs and stuff. Like I'm like, oh,
I keep all that stuff too.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna keep all this and I'm gonna frame it and all. It's like I don't ever frame it. It's all in a fucking box.
I have all posters like over here, just on the wall next to me here, of all the gigs I've done, all the gigs I've been to, just fucking, and there's like, that's like 4 years of fucking history there, like all in Limerick basically, like, or here and there. I'd always take a fucking poster home.
It's nice to have, isn't it though, like to just like to look back on it and be like, here, holy fuck, there actually has been so many gigs in Ireland.
Yeah, I was cool when I was 21, I can say that when I'm 40.
See, this is the thing, like I only started when, oh my god, how old was I? 24. I only started when I was 24.
You're 24 plus tax now.
I'm 24 plus tax now. I'm literally like, what the fuck? I'm 26.
Yeah.
And like,
you're still a good age. Like,
I know, but
be glad you're 26 and not 46. That's the way I look at it.
Man, like, when do you stop? When's the expiry date for rappers?
Never.
Mate.
Rerah is fucking in his 40s. He's still rapping. There's still some plenty. That's only because there's not many old rappers in our country. Like,
I suppose. Do you know what? Do you know what? That's right. You're right, because like fucking Shorty.
The scene's not that old yet.
Shorty Nomas is actually releasing like her, like, I don't know. I think she's releasing an EP or an album. I don't fucking know. Or maybe it's just a single. Either way, she's fucking releasing something. But like, she only had like a couple of tracks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's like obviously one of my favorites. Like, she's an OG of mine, so like,
age doesn't matter. Most of the best rappers in the world are all well, and like, I mean, can you imagine? Like, think about it. If you stick to your craft for another 20 years, like,
I know, but
yeah,
like,
you're gonna be a million times better than when you were in your mid-20s.
I know, but like,
46.
I know, but listen though, like, for example, like, Be Real, like, he is one of like my favorite rappers. Like, he's actually a legend to me.
Yeah.
But have you heard his latest album?
I don't think so.
Oh my fucking god, mate, you need to sit and listen to that album and then get back to me, because
did you say Re-Ross last
no
album?
no Be Real.
Oh, Be Real.
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't heard anything of Cypress Hill. It's probably since
No, this isn't even Cypress Hill. This is just Be Real.
Yeah.
And like, mate, it is weird. Like I don't know. Like, you can just judge it for yourself, and obviously, like, fucking message me and let me know what you think. But I just,
are you speaking about it in a positive or a negative light? Like,
there was one song out of the whole album that I liked, so
yeah,
that sort of speaks for itself. And it's like, not that I was gonna go into the album expecting fucking like Cypress Hill, like, but at the same time, like, I think
he's got a limited subject matter to touch on that
like
rap. Like, I think weed, basically.
I know, but like, I think he has sort of reached his expiry date. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's a bit like, mate, can you just stop? It's
like, maybe because a lot of them, like, there's very few that consistently have released, say, like, an album every 3-4 years and have continued to do so till now, where it's like, okay, they're still releasing class stuff. But if you get someone like Rakim, where like, he only has like 3 solo albums, and like, he doesn't really make new music, and he doesn't really do features, but he still, those 3 albums are just so good, they stand the test of time forever, where he can live off that music and that reputation forever, as opposed to still releasing music that's just kind of lackluster. Like, a lot of them are guilty of it. Like, you know, it's kind of like releasing a fucking album nearly every 6 months to a year. There's not many rappers who can pull it off, and I think
exactly.
there's a lot of quantity over quality nowadays, and they're living off their name, and a lot of the time it's kind of like, you know, did you even write this? Like,
yeah, mate. There was definitely, like, obviously from what I heard in the album, there was like, I don't even want to say it, but it's the only way I can actually describe how his flow was. There was one song where he was literally like Cardi B. Do you know what I mean?
Like,
that is fucking, like, it broke my heart. I was like, what the fuck?
He's trying to get with the kids, you know? That's literally what they do, and I've seen that an awful lot of times. Like, it just doesn't work. Like,
yeah,
stick with what you know, or try to at least go down an alternative route to what you know as it is. But don't just go, okay, the kids like how fucking Cardi B or Future sounds, so I'm gonna try and sound like that.
Yeah,
it just doesn't work.
I think,
especially if you're fucking 46, like.
Exactly, that's what he was trying to do. He was like trying to sound a bit more commercial. Like, I understand people trying to do, like, going down the commercial route and trying to reach more of an audience. I get that. I completely understand, but at the same time, it's like, are you diluting yourself as an artist when you do that? Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, why can't you just sit and create? Like, whoever likes it, whoever doesn't can go fuck themselves, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean?
They had their golden period, you know. You got to be world famous and at the top of the charts, the face of hip hop for say 1990 till the mid 2000s, and then it passes, you know. You're still world famous, you're still a renowned person. You can't, like, I think a lot of them, they try to desperately hold on to that. Like, that's why they constantly, like, make sequel, like Eminem making the Marshall Mathers LP 2 and shit like that, like 10 years later. It definitely wasn't the Marshall Mathers LP 2 as far as I was concerned, like,
no.
But it just seems like this is a beloved album. This was my best period. I'm gonna try and recreate it, and while also sounding completely fucking different. And same with fucking Ghostface. It's like Iron Man 2, 25 years later, because his last 7 albums have been lackluster. Just making a sequel to something that was, you know, a classic in its time, but it's like you're clinging. It's like you're just not gonna have a 30-year career where you've been number one the whole time.
Exactly.
Eventually, you have to kind of let go and either retire or just accept where you're at and just stick with your fucking beloved fans and the people that stick by you. Your gigs are going to be smaller and all that shit, but look, these are stages that me and you haven't even experienced yet. Like, I hope both of us get to that point. Like,
I don't know why I'm sitting judging all these, like, big artists when I haven't even got my own album yet. Do you know what I mean? But, like,
he's like, I did Insane in the Brain, and how I could just kill a man? Who the fuck you? Like,
I know. But it's just like, it's just so disheartening, because it's like, these are people that you look up to, and it's like, man, why do you have to go break my heart like that? Do you know what I mean? It's like, there's already so many shite fucking artists out there, like, in the charts.
Worse when you meet them and they end up being dicks.
Don't even fucking start me. Don't even start me on that shit, because me and you already have had this conversation Like, fuck that guy.
I'm not even sure who you're on about,
Mate,
to be honest.
fucking dirty dyke. Fuck him.
Oh.
Fuck him.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
I got on very well then.
Mate.
I've met him a few times, like.
Yeah, well, I met him too, obviously. Like, we were, like, all at, like, the after party at...
Yeah, I was there too. Sure, I stayed at your house after.
But, like, exactly. But, like, see, before that, though, like, after the gig, like, he obviously, like, went outside and had a smoking on, like...
Yeah.
I went up to him, like, and I don't know why I don't know why he was just being a dickhead, but I was just like, hey, like, we were speaking on Instagram. I didn't, like, expect him to be like, oh, I know who you are, and he didn't let me finish my sentence. Like, I was just gonna say, like, oh, can I get a photo with you, and then I'll leave you alone, because obviously you've just done a fucking set.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. But as I was like, oh, I was speaking to you on Instagram, he was like, oh, I don't know you. I was like, no sweat, can I just get a photo with you then, and I'll leave you alone? Mate,
I'm kind of surprised, like, because I've met him three.
I was
three
fucking
times,
raging.
I got on fine with him. Like, maybe he might have just been fucking taking a piss.
Mate,
Like,
no, he wasn't. He was being a dickhead. There was nobody else around. It was just me and him. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no need for you to be fucking so rude to me. Like, I still rate him. I still rate him as an artist. I still like his music, obviously, but fuck him as a person. Like, nah.
I'll send this to him and get him to apologize.
Good. Good.
Yeah, I'll say, like, the majority I've met have actually been even sounder than I imagined they would be. But, like, one or two, yeah, like, I won't even get into who I met. Like, and they were world famous old school legends, like, and they just seemed very just kind of, like, not bothered, and just kind of like I wouldn't be the guy to go up in their face with my phone and be like, hey, I'd be very casual and sound, but, like,
I know, but, like, if these are people, if there's people that are coming up to you that are, like, really into your music, like, obviously not super fans, but are actually respectful and are, like, do you know what I mean, just wanting to talk, why would you be a dickhead about it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to fucking, like, name drop shit, but, like, I've spoken to a couple of people from High Focus, and they are actually dead on. Do you know what I mean? They're just fucking people who are just making music. Like, I can't speak for fucking Dirty Dyke, obviously, because he's a fucking knob. But, like, for the likes, I don't care. He doesn't know who I am anyway. So, like,
I doubt he'd be listening to this.
Sure, but anyway, like, I've spoken to, like, the likes of, like, Dabla. And I've spoken to Leaf Dog, and, like, even in conversation, they're just like, it's just like talking to your mate.
I know, that's how it should be.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like, why would you have to, like, have this, like, weird, like puffed up chest towards people and be like, here, I'm actually better than you, so, like, you're beneath me. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't, like, ew, that is fucking disgusting behavior. So I don't fucking rate people who think, like, they're better, because it's like, mate, we're all in, like, especially people in Ireland, like, there are actually people like that in Ireland, like, it's
believe me, I've seen it, and I'm like, fuck off.
What is that about? That is embarrassing. It makes me, like,
it is very embarrassing.
It's so,
I know a few of them, it's
like,
hilarious,
if you put all these fucking rappers in the one room, what would happen? Like, tell me what would happen, because
a pile of coke and a pile of vodka and let the fucking the games begin.
It's
like.
either that, or it's just like a whole bunch of, like, circle jerking. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, more than likely it would be like fakery in a fucking. It would be a tall glass of fakery, definitely, because, like,
I've witnessed it, like,
mate. Why though? Like, why does that naturally form in that environment? Why does that happen?
In the natural circles, like, say, like, the circle, like, me and your circle up north, or, like, the guys I know down south, or, like, kind of people on our level, like, there's very little of that. But when you kind of step up to, say, you know, again, I'm not going to name names, the level that they're on RTE and they're, you know, on the Red Bull documentary, etc. Like, there was definitely this, like, oh, hey, man, and it's kind of like, who the fuck are you talking to me for? Like, you know, who, you know, it's this fucking. I'm like, man, you're like just some fucking.
I don't know.
Dublin, like,
I think
what the fuck are you talking to me like that before? I'm just being sound to you, like, whatever, like.
Exactly.
You know? I just find it embarrassing. I don't get annoyed about it, like.
Yeah, and I think you find that with, like, with like magazines and like promoters and stuff as well, because it's like when they offer you something, well, not when they give you a proposal, right?
Yeah.
Of like, here, we want to fucking, you know, have you for like a cipher, or, you know, just for an example, we'll pay you to be in this cipher or whatever, and it's just like, have you even listened to my music? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're literally just trying to fill a spot, because realistically, everything runs on fucking funding, like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like, I've had to like, not that I didn't want to do it. Like, I would absolutely love to be in like that sort of like RTE setting, and like the, you know, like the big stadium, and being like, you know, like,
of course.
you know,
so what I like.
you know, those fucking, you know, like Kojak vibes and shit. Do you know what I mean? All that fucking bougie shit. But like, at the same time, that is really not me. That it's just not my fucking style. I don't want to be.
Same as.
I don't want to be in a fucking group in front of a camera of people that I've never met before. Do you know what I mean? To be spitting over something that I've never heard before. Not that that would be a problem, but like, it's kind of like, it's a lot for me. Do you know what I mean? It's easier. I don't know if, I can't speak for other artists obviously, but I just think like it's easier for other artists who have like been in this and have like been doing gigs for a while, and like they know the setting, they know how to go into this like professional, you know, environment. And it's like, that takes a lot out of me, like mentally. Not it's nothing like to do with music, it is to do with me. Do you know what I mean? So like, I have like my own blockages that I have to sort of deal with before I even get to that. So like,
you've a few more stepping stones you want to take personally, and like these kind of people are almost,
so it's
assuming
like,
you're at a stage that you're not at yet. Like.
Yeah, so like, even if I'm like performing at like a fucking wank stage in front of like 10 people, that is still a big fucking deal for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you put 10 people in my living room, you know the size of my living room. Like, if you put 10 people in my living room, like, that would be fucking overwhelming as fuck. Do you know what I mean? So, like, that is enough for me. Like, I would rather have 10 good people than have all this fucking clout. Like, fuck that.
No, I agree. Like, it's, keep it real just generally tends to be most people's motive. Now, not everyone actually does that, but, yeah, I understand. Like, I'd be in the same vein myself. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't mind all that fucking stuff, you know, being put in magazines.
It would just help. It would help a little bit, but at the same time, it's just like, do you want that life where your phone's fucking going all the time, people fucking looking shit off you, and it's just like, you're just giving yourself to so many people. Do you know what I mean?
If they want to do that to me, I'm all for it, but fucking pay me. I'm not going to do any of that shit.
You're such a wee slut, aren't you? Know what I mean?
Yeah. I've exposed myself enough. Not in the literal sense, but I just thought it was a great time to use that saying, like. But I've got enough exposure. Do you know what I mean? Like, done enough work experience. So I mean, you know, it's the same. Like, I'm like, when it comes to 9 to 5 shit, there's very little stuff that I enjoy doing. But like, if it's, I'll happily like work on a stage or like put up lights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I've done that before for work experience. But to this day, if I ever get offers for it, it's always work experience. It's like, man, I'm 25. Like, I mean, I'm not fucking 18. Like, give me a break here. And if you're gonna fucking get me to go all the way across the fucking country to do this shit for you, like, then fucking pay me. Like,
yes, man.
What use is the work experience now? Like, I mean, it was grand for college because we had to do that for like grades and shit. But like, a few guys that I did that with, like, almost took advantage of it and were like, fucking, you know.
That's what's.
Especially after COVID, it's like, come on, like, what do you have? If you can't afford to pay me, then fuck, I'm sorry, mate, do it yourself or get someone else to do it. Like.
That's the thing, though. Like, I find it hard to ask people for money. Like, it freaks me out because, like, obviously, I've just like started off with just like local, and everybody was just like going to open mics, and like nobody was getting paid. Do you know what I mean? It was just like. It was just like there. But like, once I started, like, when I came back from Edinburgh and having to like sit down and like create my own invoice and all, I was just sitting there like, what the fuck is just, where am I? Do you know what I mean? Like, what am I doing? I'm actually sitting here writing an invoice for me to get paid for songs. Do you know what I'm, like, it's not just like, it's hard for me to fucking process.
Yeah, it's not something you would have expected.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, a couple of years ago, like.
I never thought to be sitting doing that, like, at all. It was stressing me out, to be fair. I was like, how the fuck do you write in? I was like, what did I even write here?
That's something I learned in junior cert or some shit like that, and I don't remember what it was. I was never very good at business in school, so.
See, I'm really shit. I'm really shit with management type work. I just like to create when I can, you know.
I definitely didn't elect myself manager initially of Bad Arts, but it's kind of something where it's like I see myself doing the best job at it, and I like to be in control. Not in a fucked up like sense, like I want to be controlling everyone, but like I like to be managing and overseeing stuff to be done the right way. And I think as well for me, out of all the lads, I don't have any kids, and I don't have a 9 to 5 to keep up right now. So like I've got the time to do it. So I'm happy to sit back and do all that shit for them, so they're not fucking trying to squeeze in an hour after work or have to put the child down or whatever. So I'm fine with that. So I'm suited for it. But I do enjoy it in a sense as well. Like, I mean, I like to be part of building something up and kind of having my name kind of attached to running a label. It's easy enough.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
But you're still kind of you're at the helm of something. And it's going pretty well, and I've got a nice fucking group of artists there, and I'll be sure to expand it in the future and all that stuff. So like, I actually enjoy it, as stressful as it can be sometimes. Like when you're trying to manage 8, 9, 10 guys. Like, but besides that, I fucking think it's great crack. Like,
oh fuck, like it's like I understand obviously, because like with fucking Jay running GAC and stuff, like I obviously hear like more of like the manager side of things. Like obviously he doesn't manage us, but like it's good to have him there to be like, if there's like people that want to like book me for a gig and I don't want to talk to them, I could just be like, here, speak to Jay. Do you know what I mean? Like that is great for me. Like I
wouldn't be so sympathetic now. I'd be like, go fucking do it yourself.
Nah, like there's some people that I just can't, like, I just can't be bothered speaking to, and it's just like, Jay, can you just sort that out, be like a manager? But like he likes it. He likes that role, I suppose. But it's like, I understand what it's like, you know, having like that many people in a fucking collective and trying to get everybody organised. Like, do you know how hard
schedules also? Do
you know how hard it was to get everybody in for that OnlyFans video, for Jay's music video? Oh my god, it was such a nightmare trying, because obviously everybody's from like the North Coast, and it's like an hour and a half or something away from like Bangor. And everybody travelled from like the North Coast and Belfast to go to a fucking car park in Tesco's in Bangor. Do you know what I mean? To shoot this music video. But like,
it's even further for Bad Arts. It's like, I'm in Galway. I'm on the opposite side of Galway City, and the furthest guy from me is Tralee and Kerry.
Fuck, so, I keep forgetting.
It's a couple of hours, like.
County Kerry.
That's the bottom of the country, like.
Oh fuck. See, yeah, well, Kerry would. Yeah. I've actually been. I've never been to Galway before. I keep forgetting.
Best county in Ireland.
I keep thinking that you're from Limerick.
No, I lived there for a few years, and I have to tell everyone I have been living in Galway for 2 years now. Like, I meet some people in Galway every single month. They're like, "Oh man, when are you going? When are you go? You're down in Galway for the weekend?" I was like, "No, I've been living here."
That's
for 2
why
years.
I thought. I was just like, he doesn't sound like he's from Limerick. Do you know what I mean?
I don't have the accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I often got the question, like, it's like, man, like, you don't sound like you're from Limerick at all. Like, I was like, but you look like you're from Limerick. I'm like, no, I'm from Galway. I'm like, all right, that's why you sound like that. It's like, Galway's there was a Galway accent, like, but it's not really there anymore. It's a very neutral, it's just a standard Irish accent now.
Yeah, it's kind of more like a rounded accent. It's not like, do you know what I mean?
If you went out to Connemara now, you'd hear it, like.
You could understand it. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I can understand like people from Limerick as well, but like, it's just,
you couldn't guess straight off where I was from, basically. Like, I'd be able to tell you're from the north, and any of the Limerick boys I'd know Limerick or maybe Cork or something. But with me, it's kind of like,
I know, but like people would say I'm from the north, but like, fucking, like, I'm not from like Belfast town. Do you know what I mean? Like, my accent, my accent's completely different to like Steve Locke's. Like, I have.
Oh, I know, yeah.
I'm from North.
I've only noticed it more when I was actually up there. Like, before that, there would have been a standard northern accent and a Donegal accent.
I get the piss. Oh, honestly, I get the piss taken out of me all the time. Cause it's North Down. Do you know what I mean? Like, everybody's like posh around here, but it's like it's weird. because it's still sort of smicky, but it's like, it's so strange because like if I was to go up in the town, it's like everybody talks like this. I mean, like really fucking. Oh, it's so cringe. I can't deal with it.
I was told that the Southerners, we speak too fast, like, because I had a few lads up there, like, telling me, can you slow down, like, can't understand what you're saying. I'm like, you can't understand what I'm saying. It's like, I can't understand a fucking word you're saying, man. Like, you may as well be just talking about the IRA or something. Like,
I know.
What you're on about.
I can understand Irish accents better than people up north, to be honest with you, because what the fuck, like, there's some strange accents around here, like, it's weird. So it's a strange place.
Yeah, I've always wondered, like, it like, you just cross that border and, like the accents obviously vary down here, but, like, it kind of, when you're, like, in Dublin, like, and you go to Wexford or Clare, like, the Dublin accent just gets slowly stripped back and then it morphs into another accent as you go further on.
I noticed that, yeah.
North, it's like, you're in Leinster and people sound like Leinster. You literally hop over this border and everyone has the fucking, the core northern accent, you know what I mean? Like,
it's so
they all
strange.
have that. It's like, where the fuck did this come out of? Like, I swear to God, when I first heard it, like,
I know, it's so strange.
You know, did you watch, like, a Live-O in school? It was like it was like a little animated fucking Catholic school VCR they put on or whatever. This is back in, like, the early 2000s, and, like, I remember they were interviewing this little kid who's from Donegal, and I'd never heard a northern accent before, and I honestly thought he was there was something wrong with him.
A Donegal accent is
I was like,
fucking
what's wrong
strange.
with him? And we were all laughing at his voice, and then this girl next to me, her owl is from Donegal, and what she said was he got a Donegal accent, and I'd never heard the word accent before, so I heard accident.
Oh my
so
God.
Like, oh, he had a Donegal accident. I'm like, so I basically thought everyone up north was just fucking warped from accidents or some shit like this, and I was laughing my head off like, ha, he's got a fucking Donegal accident, man. And then I was told, like, no, these are real people, like, they actually speak like that. I was like, what? They speak so funny, though. That's just weird, like.
It was actually strange, because obviously, like, I travelled, like, basically the whole of Ireland. Like, we went from, like, Donegal, like, all the way to Cork, actually, and, like, the Ring of Kerry and stuff. But, like, just as you, like, went further through the land, it's just like the accents are just so
thicker and thicker.
Like, it is amazing. See people in Cork, oh my God,
Cork boy.
I absolutely love that. I think that is probably my favourite Irish accent, you know, people in Cork.
It has to be one of my least favourite.
What?
Besides a scummy dub one.
Fuck off.
Like some 16-year-old dub there, like, Jesus, Dino!
I love her.
Shut up, man.
I love that.
I see, as a southerner, I love the northern accent, you know what I mean? Like, a girl with, like, a Donegal accent is fucking fierce class for me, like, but...
I see
generally,
girls.
I just like a standard kind of Irish accent. Then,
Donegal girls are class, like, their accents are class. Like, Amanda Healy, obviously with Shane Dean, like, she's got, like, proper, like, Donegal North Coast accent. She's proper Derry, you know what I mean? She's a Jerry girl. Fuck's sake. But
no, I love the really strong Limerick accent as well, like, just because I lived there for so long. Like, when you actually kind of learn the culture, I guess, a bit, and you, like, see the place, it's like, it's funny, like.
Yeah, it is kind of funny. I do like it as well. I do like a Limerick accent, but definitely Cork's. Like, the
Rubber Bandits take the piss with the accent, but, like, there are a lot of people that actually sound exactly like them. Like, I've met guys where I was like, is he actually one of the Rubber Bandits? Like, but I know that your man Blind Boy, he puts on the voice, and so does your man, I can't remember the other guy's name, the other Rubber Bandit, he puts on the voice, so they actually have quite normal accents. Like, they don't actually sound like that, you know what I mean? Like,
do you know who I love? You know, who's that comedian? Where's he from? Is it Darren Conway?
From Dublin.
Is he from Dublin?
Yeah, if it's the same guy you're thinking about, yeah.
Oh well, I'm kind of disappointed because I don't really like. I was gonna say I like his accent, but I don't really like the accent in Dublin. Do you know what I mean?
It's a blatant Dublin accent. I would have noticed that straight away. Like,
no, like, I just don't know the difference sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, I don't really know many Dubliners. Like, I know more people from, like, you know, further down the island, like.
Limerick,
Cork, yeah, Cork.
Cork by Yort.
I love it. I absolutely love it. That's absolutely.
It's a really nice city, like. I will say.
Do you know what? I didn't actually. Oh no, I did. Yeah, I went to the market and all, like Cork Market, like the English Market, I think it's called, and
Best.
it was obviously it was just empty and it smelled of fish, but like, like it was nice. It was big. Like it was a big city.
See, I when I was there last, I was there for a rap battle the day before, like watching rap battles, and the day after was a Dirty Dyke gig, and it was a really lovely summer, like probably 2017, 2018, and I was staying at my mate's house, and he was living in his granddad's old house, which was like a fucking like prime spot mansion, like on the river, with like this house probably is worth a couple of million, like, and it was like an really old school fucking mansion, like, with a huge fucking library, pictures of like the Pope and like cardinals on the wall, shit. So like that sort of style, like, so just spending a fucking weekend in that pad, like in really hot weather, as well as in the really nice part of towns, like maybe I have a bit of a romanticized view of Cork, I guess, like, but before that I hadn't really been around that part, so I've got relative like grand aunties and grand uncles down there, but they're kind of more on the kind of urbanized outskirts, I guess, so that isn't as nice looking, I guess.
Oh,
but,
no, like I'm not really
nice.
I'm not really for like, you know, like city, you know, like city centers and stuff like that, but
I hate it.
I did like it. Do you know what? I just thought it was just like a big long walk. There was just so many like hills, I think. I think there was, it was almost like Derry. There were so many hills.
I never drove through it, so I'm not sure.
Oh, we were driving through it for fucking ages. It was awful. It was awful, and then we just had to like abandon the van so like we can go for food. But like it was nice. I just thought like it was just like, you know, like a bigger, nicer version of Belfast. Do you know what I mean? Like, but that's what I think. That is just what I think when I'm in a city. Like I was the same whenever I was in Limerick. Like I was walking, like we were walking from the hotel to the milk market, and I was just like, this is just like walking through town. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't really do it for me. Like I prefer going to places that are like vast. Like take me to the sea. Take me to like a field or something. I don't fucking know. Like
I grew up in the country, so like I've like now where I'm living now, it's slowly getting more urbanized, but that's still like 10 15 minutes down the road. But like where I live, I'm surrounded by fields still, and fucking cattle and horses and all that shit.
See,
so
I prefer that.
I much prefer that, like, you know.
Yeah, I definitely.
I played in the field as a kid. I didn't play in the streets, and like not that it's a bad thing about it, but like I was kind of, I think when you're out in the countryside, you're not exposed to certain things at such a young age. You know what I mean? Like whether it's fucking drugs or alcohol or violence. Or
I was the same.
Lads with porn on their phones. You know, I
was
pretty innocent till I was about fucking 16, when everyone just starts going down that road at that point. You know.
But that's not bad though. Like 16's not a bad age. Like I was doing mad shit whenever I was like fucking 12, 13. Do you know what I mean? Like. But that's because I'm not fucking smoking crack. Do not put that out there into the ether. Jesus Christ, people be like, oh my god, Don Cheese smokes crack. But no.
She's
like,
a mad crack smoker, lads.
It's just the environment. Do you know what I mean? It's just the environment that you're around. Like I was around prods. Do you know what I mean? What the fuck do you expect?
Bastards.
What the fuck do you expect? I was corrupted by the fucking Brits. Fuck's sake.
Ian Paisley at your door, like.
Fuck's sake. But no, I was the same. Like, obviously, like being from the Philippines and stuff, it was like where
What age were you when you moved?
I was 8. I moved here. No,
Big deal, so.
Yeah, I was just about to turn 8 when I moved here, so it was actually like snowing in October. So that was amazing.
Jesus.
That was amazing
Had you
for me.
seen snow before?
No, I didn't even know that existed. So like.
So you were like, wow.
Yeah, like so. 8 years old, I found out like snow existed and shit.
Is this Lapland, mommy? He's like, no,
it was
it's fucking
weird.
Belfast.
I arrived here. It wasn't even Belfast. It was fucking Ards. Like it's the worst. It's worse than Belfast. It's outside.
Where's that now?
Oh my god, it's outside Bangor.
The Antrim or downside? Downside.
It's like up north.
Ah.
It's just a place. It's a forbidden place that it shouldn't even exist. But like
Over the wall, like.
It was just really bad. Like I arrived and I was like, oh my god, are we in America? I genuinely thought I was in America, because like I didn't think that a world existed outside of Philippines. Do you know what I mean?
Did you know that you were moving there, or did your parents were like, we're going here now, come on?
Do you know what? It was kind of like all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was just all of a sudden, because like I had like a full life there. Do you know what I mean? Like I was going to school, and like I had fucking friends, and like my whole family, like my granda and my granny were basically my parents. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when I was born, I was basically shipped to like live with my grandparents, because that's what it's
Fair
like.
enough.
It's like tradition. Like the firstborn goes to the mother's parents to be
fair enough.
raised. So it's like it was just tradition. So like.
Say a few Irish mammies wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, no, it was all of a sudden, to be honest with you. Like, and then we arrived here, and like everything was just so fast paced. Like I couldn't believe it.
So different, I imagine. Serious culture shock, especially as a kid. Like,
The first thing I tried here was fucking cornflakes, and I was amazed.
do you like it?
Oh my god, I can't believe it. I fucking hate it now, but like I was amazed, you know what I mean? Like it was just a completely different world, but like I lived here and I had to like I couldn't
Adapt.
go. Yeah, like I couldn't even go to school. Like I couldn't go to school. Like I literally learnt English from watching TV and shit. So
That's mad.
I know.
Yeah, it's not it's not on the same level in terms of impact, but I remember I just got home one day after school and my parents were like, we're going to Spain today. And I was like, what? I was like 5, like, and it's like, yeah, we're getting on a plane, we're going to Spain. And I was terrified of going on the plane, like, and then literally like maybe 3-4 hours later I was in this whole different country and I was just
I'd be
tripping balls. Like.
nah. I would be like, nah. You're going by yourselves. What the fuck?
I was crying in my room like, I'm not going on a plane, fuck that, because like back then, like all you ever had on TV was like world's most amazing videos and like all these plane crash documentaries. So like the only time that's going to be shown on TV is when it's something negative. It's not going to be like, there's a plane flying, or it's going to be, this was a plane crash, or
Oh my
here's
God, I know.
here's some peaceful weather. No, it's what the fuck's a typhoon, and it's fucking wrecking all these houses. So I'm just like, we're going to a country that has that stuff. Like, it's like Spain does it, but my brothers were like, yeah, there's earthquakes every day and shit. I'm like, no, I don't want to
Fuck
go.
that.
Like,
Oh my god.
So,
You
I had
would
a
hate
shit-
it.
such a-
You would hate it if you were to fly to Philippines, well, because like we have like fucking monsoon seasons and like,
I wouldn't mind it now. Like, I could survive Anton. Like,
oh fuck.
I've been in the desert and everything. Like, fucking melt. I've camped in the Mojave Desert. Like,
You should come to Philippines. Like, oh my god, you would actually love it then. There's just mad shit. There's
I'd
just
go
so much
anywhere.
mad shit.
honestly, like I'm one of those people. Like I've got, like, when I've been abroad, I've gone to more obscure countries, to be honest, when I've been traveling as an adult. Like, besides like maybe France and America, like
Yeah.
I went to some really weird places. Like, fuck it, I'll go to Estonia, I'll go to Russia, I'll go to Finland, go to Mexico. Like, and like it would have just been kind of maybe lazy to go like, oh, I know Barcelona is good, I know Paris is good. I was like, fuck it, why not just try one of these completely random places and see how it turns out? And like, I've never regretted it. Like, fucking great crack.
That's
some
good,
awfully
though.
Weird predicaments, like. So Philippines would definitely be one where it's like, you know, that's not somewhere that everyone can say they've been to.
Yeah, definitely come to Philippines. So like, say once obviously everything's like free from like population control.
Yeah.
Then,
Spent the whole last episode talking about all that shit.
I know, like, oh my god. But sure, fucking, like, imagine just like fucking off for like a month. Do you know what I mean?
I'd go away for fucking 6 months to a year if I could.
Oh, that would be great.
Definitely,
That
yeah.
would literally be great, because you could literally just get a visa for 6 months, and then go to
Somewhere
fucking,
cheapish to live,
like, you could literally just leave for a weekend and then come back and get another visa. Do you know what I mean? You can go to fucking Cambodia or something, or go to like Japan, because it's so close and cheap.
Yeah, Japan's definitely on the list for sure at some point if I'm so lucky to get there, like,
Oh, that would be sick,
just
man.
to see Tokyo, like.
I think I would die if I ended up in Japan, to
Why?
be honest, because I fucking love it. Like, all of it is just class. Like, everything's just so bright and pretty and fucking
It's been like the way
Animated.
it was literally a futuristic city back in like the 90s or 80s. Like, it still is something that hasn't been really replicated at all across the world, or at least not advertised so
Yeah.
widely for its kind of strange look, like, and all the lights and technology and all this mad shit. You know, like, it really is very dystopian, but more in a kind of positive light as opposed to somewhere like Beijing or something like that, where they're just fucking invading your arsehole with
It's
a fucking camera
big
the whole
there.
time.
It's kind of big there as well. Like, see, like, have you actually like heard any like Japanese hip hop?
I remember I heard some Japanese grime a while ago.
Japanese grime? What the fuck?
There was Korean grime as well. I mean, it wasn't bad, but obviously you couldn't understand the fucking word they were saying. Like,
There was what do you call them? There's one guy, and he's sort of like he kind of looks like a sad boy, but like I can't remember his name, but he's actually quite good. There's a couple Japanese artists that are actually quite good. I obviously don't understand what they're saying. Like I can only understand a couple of things because I mean Duolingo and all that, but it's actually quite good. Like I didn't expect it to be big over there. Like they get fucking mad views for hip hop. It's strange. I just didn't think, like, obviously I know like there's like the Chinese like Migos. You've obviously heard of them. Like they were like obviously
I don't think
going
I have.
viral. No, like people were taking the piss out of them for a while because obviously they're the Chinese Migos. Like
Yeah, it sounds funny even in itself. Like,
yeah, exactly. But like these guys are like nothing compared to like the Chinese guys. Like I don't know, like Asians are sort of taking over the world at the minute.
maybe China, who knows?
Fuck's sake.
Like, I mean, I think every fucking country at this stage, for the most part, has a decent hip hop scene in itself. But for me, like, outside of America and the UK, I honestly can see Ireland becoming one of the biggest in the world in a couple of years. Like, I mean,
Do you think so?
Yeah, I was saying it to either Soaks or Citizen Black, I can't remember, and I was saying like that. Besides the UK and maybe France, I think Ireland definitely has the best scene in Europe. And at this point, I'd say like, I mean, known universally, like the likes of Kojak and Denise Chila, and I can't really think of many more. A couple others, like, you know, they're probably known better across Europe and stuff. You know, excluding all the UK and the French rappers, like they're probably more widely known than any other rappers out there. And like I like a bit of Russian rap, but outside that, it's like there's some good stuff there. But it's just there's
Russian rap.
Oh, I'll tell you a funny.
You'll have to link me to some of that shit. Like
I was mates with a Russian fella years ago, and like he put me on some stuff. But I'll tell you one really funny story about this now, and this is pretty hilarious. Two people that I was friends with, they snorted a 2CB at this house party, and
Jesus Christ.
I put on. Did you ever hear that song "Psychedelic Ascension" by Mr. Traumatic from Wales?
I think so.
Well, I put that tune on, and it's got this really sick, like spooky, fucking trippy fucking beat. Like it's a fucking nasty beat, and I'd heard it before on this Russian tune initially. I'm not sure who used the song first, but I put the Welsh one on first, and he's obviously rapping in English, and one of the girls who took the 2CB said to me like, "Here, can you turn that off? Like the beat is fucking scaring me or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, sound." So I put on the Russian version, and she thought that she couldn't. She thought that she was tripping so badly she couldn't comprehend English anymore because all she could hear was this big, deep Russian voice like and all this shit.
Oh my god!
And she's like, "Oh my god, I can't understand English anymore. Like I'm gonna have a heart attack." And I was like, "Jesus!" Like I thought I was gonna like. I was just trying to annoy her a little bit. I was like, "I didn't mean to fucking ruin your life." And I don't think she recovered for the rest of the night after that. Like, and I said like, "Look, I'm sorry in a sense, but like you couldn't have expected that I thought like I'd fucking send you into oblivion just for putting some Russian rap on."
You just fucking melted that girl's brain, man. Like what the fuck?
I was just laughing to myself playing it. I turn around, I just hear her fucking nearly crying. I'm like, "What the fuck did I do?"
Jesus Christ, I've been there. Like I've been in that situation before where I was that girl. Definitely.
Soft.
That's fucking gags, like.
Sound. So like, do you have anything else to plug before we close up the episode?
I don't know. No. This pussy. I'm joking. I'm joking.
All right,
I'm
Cardi
joking.
B.
I'm joking. Nah. I'm fucking. I think I've sort of like exhausted all my avenues now. I don't have anything else in the back burner or anything.
Yeah.
But sure, like you're always fucking first to know anyway. I mean,
I pay attention to everything around me. I'm trying to just fucking ride everyone's trains, you know, milk them dry,
like I just like try not to fucking like. I'll message people and be like, "Here, I've got this coming out this week." Do you know what I mean? But that's about it. Like that is like the most you'll get out of me plugin wise. There's nothing else. Like I don't have any like deadlines or dates like upcoming. Oh no, here. What am I talking about?
There you go.
See, it's fucking weed, man. I have a gig in Derry, so obviously I don't know if anybody
I
in
forgot
Derry.
about that too. The free one.
Yeah, like obviously this is gonna be like our first gig since like fucking fuck knows. Like it's like it was Shane Dean that like organised it and stuff, but obviously like the whole GAC collective are like playing at it.
Yeah.
So like it's just like a bit of crack, literally. Like it's nothing like major. It's just like because we've been wanting to fucking perform for ages. And we haven't done like a GAC night before, so like that would be like nice to like introduce us as like a collective.
I get you. Yeah.
Which is great, like obviously, and like it's just a fucking night out, an excuse to have a wee drink. So
what date is it on actually?
It is it's on the 21st of December. So I
might try and come up for that if I can.
Yeah, like you should definitely. I don't even know where the fuck we're staying or anything, like, because obviously Derry's like quite far away from like where I live.
Yeah.
Like it's like fucking, it's like I don't know, like an hour and a half, maybe longer. I don't fucking know.
I get you.
So like, yeah, we'll definitely like link up if like you're about.
Cool.
But that's what's happening, and then we have like a GAC takeover at Voodoo in Belfast with Swall Monkey. So like Swall Monkey are like just they're like
Kane's
obviously
band.
Yeah, Kane's band. So like they're performing, and then we're gonna do like, you know, like a couple, I don't know, like 20 minutes each or something. I don't fucking know how that's gonna work. I don't even know who's performing at that, but that's on New Year's Eve. So like it'll be a good warm up from like, do you know what I mean? It'll be good to warm up in Derry.
Definitely.
And like get everybody sort of introduced to fucking like the mic again.
Only for things to lock down again straight after.
This is the thing. Like I'm actually nervous they're gonna fucking.
It looks like it's gonna happen down here. Like there's been strong rumors.
Well,
about it.
if it's gonna happen anytime soon, then it's definitely gonna follow up here, and I can't be fucked. Like I'm looking forward to this. Like I've been so stressed about these gigs,
Yeah.
and if I can't do it, and I've stressed for fuck all, then I'm absolutely like I'm gonna be raging, like fucking burn Boris. Like
get out in the streets and fucking protest, because that's what I'm gonna do if we hit another lockdown.
Here,
I'm gonna blow up the doll.
we'll have to organise something like that.
Balaclavas and bombs. I'm not even gonna fucking say anything. I'm just gonna go up there and nah, I'm only messing. I'm not. I don't want to be fucking getting in trouble for any potential terrorist threats like ever again. I've had that happen before.
Balls. I'll take the hit. I don't care.
You'll get away with it.
As if I'm foreign, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, they're substantially more racist up north from what I've heard.
Oh my god, it's disgusting. It is wild.
There's some guy literally just there was one of I don't know if you know him, but a rapper from up north. Anyways, he had some status up, and I saw a guy comment beneath it, and I just looked at his profile picture and hovered over it, and all I could see was a big what's his name? Herman Rorsch. I can't pronounce the second.
Yeah, is that?
He's named after the guy from fucking Watchmen. I can't. It's like Rorsch.
Yeah, who is that?
I don't know. I don't think I know his real name.
He was the one that was commenting.
No, but he it was his status or whatever, something about music. Like I know my friends with him. I'm not saying anything about him, but some guy some guy below commented, and I hovered over his profile picture. I just saw a big massive swastika on his chest, like, and I was like, he's definitely a Union Jack flying gobshite, like.
Oh my god.
I was like so unapologetic. He's got his kids in his fucking cover photo. I'm like, Jesus, man,
ew.
like.
That's ew. That is gross, man.
I was like,
who does
in
that?
this day and age, like, fucking hell, like, and it was giant. It was like his whole entire fucking one of his breasts, like, or whatever you call it, like pecs, if that's what you want to fucking call it. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that down here, but I've seen it a few times up north, like.
I bet you he lives off beer and cheese.
Something like that, yeah. Drink Stella, like.
Fuck off, like. No. No. But fuck that. Like, people in the north are definitely racist as fuck, but like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, my parents are racist. My dad is a skinhead, for fuck's sake. Do you really think anything that anybody says to me from the outside is gonna fucking affect me? Like, yeah, it may annoy me a little bit. You might get a flying headbutt, but
with all the good that'll do, it'll hurt you more than me.
I'll get over it once I fucking smacked you, you know what I mean?
And you've been here long enough that you've heard everything before that people can potentially say to you at a young age, so it's kind of like it doesn't really have the same effect anymore.
It's just funny. It's just funny.
Yeah, it's better
because like half of the time they get it wrong anyway. Do you know what I mean?
It's like it doesn't have the same weight. Like, but people could call, like anyone could call me a smelly Irish paddy or something like that, and I just start laughing. Like, unless maybe it was an English fella and he was really trying to be malignant, I might just for the sake of it like get ticked back. Like, but
fuck that. Like,
a funny comment to make about that, and not to go off point, was I was actually playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and I got my first horse, and I wanted to call the horse Paddy, but I couldn't do it because it's supposedly an offensive slur.
Really?
Yeah, the game literally said like you can't, because I mean obviously it was going to stop people from naming their fucking horses the N-word or fucking something like that. That's fair enough, but Paddy, like, I was like, what the hell? Like, I can't call.
That's so strange. That's an actual name.
Yeah, like, who even came up with that? Like, that's a slur that hasn't been used in like 50 years. Like, fucking Paddy's alone or some shit like that.
Oh
like,
my god, I can't believe that. That's strange.
That was very funny.
I never noticed that. I played that game before, but obviously I wasn't trying to name my horse fucking Paddy. Like,
yeah, but that was it made sense because people would just do all the outrageous things and just fucking post it online. They couldn't allow that. That's fair enough, but I'd love to know what blue-haired Irish person said, like, oh, we can't have the word paddy, it's very offensive to Irish people. Like, most Irish people probably don't even know it's considered a slur for Irish people. Like,
I wouldn't even take it as a slur. Like, I wouldn't even take it as offensive. I'd be like, aye. It was
like it was to do kind of mostly with the signs that used to be outside the shops in the UK, like fucking no blacks, no paddies, no dogs. Like,
oh fuck, seriously?
I think that's where it originated from.
Oh my god, people are so disgusting. I can't believe this. Like,
and they were around like, probably till the 70s, if not even the 80s. I'm not sure. Especially when there was the kind of huge like the immigration definitely increased a lot under Thatcher. So it did fucking racial relationships kind of fell to shit at that point, with people not really wanting so many different people from different countries coming into their neighborhoods and shit like that. So that probably, I imagine that stuff was probably still going on back then as well. Like, I mean,
mate, it's still going on now.
Oh yeah, but not as openly, at least, and not as like the majority of people at one point, at least in the likes of American stuff, were probably very racist and fucking thought it was totally fine to look at things that way. But I imagine it's turning its head now worldwide generally, where most people aren't going to accept it and fucking allow it to happen. Like,
I don't know, there's just secret racists out there, and I mean,
oh, of course, yeah.
Can never tell.
Get a few drinks into them.
I know, yeah, definitely.
You'll get anything out of them then.
Fuck's sake, I know.
Sound sure. Look, on that note, we did an hour and a half there. I might close up the episode. It was lovely having you on.
Thanks for having me.
Great.
No, I know we talked a load of like not even like music stuff there. We kind of just like rambled a wee bit.
Oh, that's good though.
This is the thing though. This is the thing that happens when you talk to me. Like, my BPD sort of just like just goes. So like, you're having fucking off the bat conversations. Fuck's sake. But no, thanks for having me.
I'll definitely have you back at some point.
I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely.
All right, look.
Definitely.
I'll see you.
Yes, thanks very much.
Sound. See you, Sarah.
Okay, take care.